In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness classes to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces members become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it's preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference documents. If you experience any pain or discomfort during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If a CAF member sustained an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98.
Hey guys, my name is Emily. I'm a fitness and sport instructor at CFP Halifax, serving mainly the reserve units. Welcome to mobility class. We are going to focus, we'll do full body. However, our focus will definitely be on our lower extremities. So we're going to do some legs and a lot of foam rolling. So if you have equipment at home, a rolling pin, perfect. If you need an at-home option, if you don't have a foam roller, obviously foam roller is our preferred method for today, but we can pretty much make anything work. And I'm going to use a kettlebell actually. However, if you have some lacrosse balls, whatever you have at home, honestly, we can figure it out from there. So let's just get ourselves warmed up. We're just going to do some slight range of motion, and then we'll go from there. So let's go on to our hands and knees. We're going to make sure we're about hip width apart. We're going to push back through our palms and then bring ourselves back to our tabletop position. So we're going to do this. We'll do it 5 times. Inhale and exhale. We're really going to focus on using our breath to help guide us today. That's going to be the key when we hit an area that doesn't really like to be stretched all too much. It is a beautiful evening here. I don't know where you guys are right now, but it has been raining all day and finally that sun came out and I'm not sad, I have to tell you. Beautiful. And one more. Good, we're gonna curl up into cat, and then we're gonna bring the shoulders back and away from the ears into cow. So you're gonna feel a nice stretch in through your belly. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, let's just do one more for good measures. Inhale and exhale. So what you'll find when we're doing our range of motion and our mobility here is that you're gonna find a position, and when you're there, it's okay to kind of move around and see if you can find some tight spots or some tender spots through that range of motion. So first things first, we're gonna keep getting those hips warmed up. We're gonna go a little bit wider with the hips and we're gonna go back into a child's pose. Bring the hands directly in front of us. Don't worry about bringing the forehead to the ground. We're just gonna stay here. We'll stay here for about 3 breaths. You can kind of play around, see what's tight down here. One final breath. Good, we're gonna curl our toes underneath us. We're gonna push our hips to the sky. We're gonna push back into just a little downward dog. It's gonna get us back to a stand. We're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. Good. Let's walk the feet to the top of the mat, and we're gonna come on down into a deep squat. We're gonna hang out here. Shoulders are down and back away from the ears. I know this is probably not the most comfortable position for a lot of people, but we're gonna stay here for a moment. Then we're gonna grab our band. I hope you have one at home. And we're going to do some, we're gonna start with a couch stretch. And then we're going to do the band around the top of our hip, actually. And we're gonna start with a little bit of stretching there. So I'm gonna turn my camera around, we're gonna face the wall, we're gonna grab that band, and we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna flip my camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so relocated myself a little bit. I'm against a wall now. So depending on how you're set up at home, you can use a wall. This is called a couch stretch for a reason. So you could even use the back of your couch. A little bit awkward to get into, but that's okay. We're just gonna take our time. So what we're gonna do is we're going to get this knee as close to the wall as possible. Now, we're actually going to be resting above the patella, okay? So we're not actually on top of the patella or below the patella. We are above it, which helps to alleviate any pressure that we're putting on the kneecap. So I'm getting myself into position here. You can hold on to something if you need to. And I'm bringing my opposite knee up into a 90-degree angle, foot flat on the floor. And from here, we're going to just kind of play around with the stretch, pushing through the heel, bringing the glutes a little bit closer to the wall. Just kind of feel it out, feel what's comfortable. We're gonna hold this for a series of 5 breaths. Now, if you activate the glute that's closest to the wall, you're going to feel an even deeper stretch. Again, staying here for 5 breaths, activate that glute. Try to turn that glute on fire, and you're gonna feel the stretch come down the front of your leg. Breathing through any discomfort as best as you can. I know it's hard, I know it doesn't feel good. Good. We're gonna safely come out of that, so let's bring the hand to the floor, and we're gonna switch things up. So opposite leg is coming up, foot is flat on the wall. Again, you're above the patella. Always so awkward to get into this stretch, but we're gonna hold it on the other side. So 5 breaths. Let's just be nice and relaxed here for now, and then we're gonna turn on that glute. We're gonna fire the glute, which is gonna allow us to stretch more. Oh my gracious. I do not do enough mobility, you guys. As we age, it is important. Focus on that breath. We're gonna do 2 more breaths, nice and relaxed, and then we're gonna turn on the glute, and we're gonna find that deeper stretch. Activating the glute of the leg that is up on the wall. Breathing through any discomfort that you're feeling. Good. We're gonna come on out, and we're actually gonna revisit the other side for just a moment, probably about 3 breaths on each side. We're just gonna see if we're any looser the second time around. So 2 times per side. This time we're just going for 3 deep breaths rather than 5. Turning the glute on, activation of the glute. You're gonna feel a deeper stretch. Breathing, expanding the rib cage. Great job. I'll try to smile. Smile through the pain. Metaphor of life, right? Okay, that was a little deep. Great job, everybody. Bring your hands and knees to the ground. Let's switch it up. I always find I am so much tighter on one side than the other. I know that we're all dominant on one side. All right, let's take 2 breaths here, nice and relaxed. So we're not activating the glute is loose. Just kind of play around in this position. Now let's turn that glute on, firing the glute for 3 breaths. Good. Come on out of that. We're gonna go directly into a pigeon pose. All right, so into our pigeon pose we go. How we get there is gonna look a little bit different. So we're gonna go on hands and knees. We're going to rotate from the knee so that both feet are to the right side to start. We're going to lift, I'm gonna come closer. We're going to lift the right knee up. We're gonna place it behind the left foot, and we're gonna drop ourselves down into a pigeon pose, and we're gonna hold this for a total of 5 breaths per side. Last breath. Good. Come on back up to hands and knees. We're gonna go right back to the position that we were in a moment ago. I'm gonna have to get myself out of this little corner here. All right, now we're going to rotate the knees to the opposite side. The left knee now comes back, and we're going to push through the palms down into pigeon pose. We're gonna come down onto the mat, onto our forearms. You can come all the way down, bring your head to the floor if you want to. You can also put a pillow underneath the right glute, if that would be more comfortable for you. We're gonna hold this for a series of 5 breaths. One last breath. Good. Let's come on back into a kneeling position. I'm gonna get you to grab your band and come on back to me. Try to find something to loop that band around, and I'm going to show you another move to stretch the same muscles that we were just working on using your rack or your rig or wherever you can loop that band. So grab your band, come on back. So I have my band hooked up to my rig. I'm going to actually step inside the band with just 1 foot. The band location is just underneath my glute. We're gonna take a big step back, and then we're actually going to do a full range of motion lunge, and I hope that this angle is okay. We're gonna bring the back knee down towards the floor. Feel the stretch in that position. And then we're gonna come on back up to a standing position. We're gonna do that 3 times per leg. Dropping down, feeling that stretch. That's 2. That's 3, good. Come on back up to a stand. We're gonna switch to the other leg. Switching to the other leg. So band location just underneath the glute. Let's take a step backwards, and we're gonna drop down into a lunge. Allow the band to kind of pull you forward, but you are fighting it back. So that's where we're getting that stretch from. Beautiful. Come on back to a stand. That's 1, 2, and 3. Good. We're gonna bring the back foot to the floor. You can kind of feel a little bit of a stretch through your calf in this position. I realize my head's cut off, but you can see what my body is doing, so that's a good thing. Good. Come on back to your starting position. Let's switch feet. Whoops. Same thing. So the band just underneath the glute. Take a big step back. We're gonna put the foot flat on the floor. And let's bend the knee to the ground. We're gonna do this for 3, 2, 1. Back to stand. Same thing again. Back to stand. Same thing again. And stand. Fantastic. Let's switch it up one last time to the other side. And then we're going to get into some myofascial release exercises and some mobilization. Beautiful. Good job, guys. Back to the stand. Back to a stand. One last time. Standing and perfect. All right, so we're gonna move on. We're going to grab our foam roller, and we are gonna get started on working out our shins. Might not feel so good, so grab your foam roller. I'm going to grab mine and come on back. Okay, as promised, we're gonna do a little bit of a shin smash here in a good way. Well, I guess sort of in a good way. At least you're not like smashing them on a box, doing a box jump, because that don't feel good. So we're gonna work with the anterior shin a little bit. We're gonna do some soft tissue mobilization. We're gonna try to work through any tough spots, any pain that we have in that area. I have a big foam roller here, which works really well. Depending on what you have at home, if you need to use your rolling pin for this, if you need to use your tennis ball, whatever you have, just kind of grab something on like a broomstick, a dowel. You can really make anything work. We're gonna start with the foam roller or whatever kind of apparatus you have. We're gonna start right underneath the patella, which is the kneecap. We're gonna think, I'm gonna try to turn so you guys can see me. We're gonna think about going back and forth. So I want you to think like a pushing and a pulling. So side to side. We're gonna start at the base of the patella, and we're gonna work our way all the way down to the ankle. So depending on where you're tight, this will look different. It'll look different for everyone. Moving down the leg closer to the ankle bone, pushing, pulling, moving side to side. If you want to do a little up and down, you can do that too. I find that a little bit more painful, to be honest with you. So you're gonna wanna probably spend about 5 minutes here if you wanna pause me so that you can take the time that you need. I definitely encourage you to do so. We're gonna switch sides to the other leg. So I started on my right. Again, you're gonna start just below the patella, going back and forth, left to right, finding any of those sticky points. When we do find those sticky points, I want you to spend a little bit more time there. Good. Continue working your way down. You may have to situate yourself a couple times. Oh, I found a spot that didn't feel so good. Good. Breathing through any discomfort. Taking all the time you need here. If you need more time, I only have so much time to record today. So if you need more time, definitely take it. We're going to go both shins on top now. We're gonna pull, oh my gracious, pull through the palm. We're gonna go back and forth on that foam roller. Remembering to breathe. I have a lot of friends in BMQ this week who I've been working with, and they have been struggling with shin splints. So I prescribed this to them last night, or I guess early this morning when we had our PT. So hopefully they can get this done tonight and feel a little bit better tomorrow. Good job, everybody. Good. Now, keeping the foam roller at the knees, you're gonna push back through the palms. Toes are now on the ground but curled, and you're gonna feel a really nice calf stretch in this position. So without the foam roller, I'm here. My heels are not on the ground. I'm pushing through, feeling my calves. Good. Now we're gonna do something called a gut smash. Now we actually hold a lot of tension through our abdominal. We don't even realize that we're doing it. You may go through the day and realize you're actually like holding your breath. So this can be a little bit uncomfortable. You may need to even use just a pillow, but it is as simple as it sounds. We are taking the foam roller and we're gonna roll out our abdominal area. So we're gonna start with the belly on the foam roller. And we're just gonna hang out here. Really focus on your breathing. Try to relax into the roller. We're gonna take 6 breaths here. So I'm doing this in a horizontal way. You can also have it vertically and lie on it that way, but I just feel like it works better going this way. So whatever is most comfortable. We're taking 6 breaths here, I believe I said. Really focus on where that abdominal tension is. Good. All right. Again, spend as much time there as you want. If you want to spend a little bit longer, pause me, hang out there for a bit, and come on back once you're feeling like you've had enough. We're going to now lay on the foam roller. We're going to work on the back a little bit, and then we're going to actually work our way up to our neck, and then we are going to be all done. And I hope that you guys are feeling a little bit better. In some upcoming videos, we'll do some IT band stuff. But I thought that doing a shin smash and a belly smash all in one day, plus IT bands, that would just be kind of a little bit torturous. So we're going to lie on the foam roller. I love this one. This one helps not only massage the back, but it helps open up the chest, open up the pecs. So in this position, we're just going to rotate lying on the foam roller. We're going to go from left to right, Feeling any tight spots that you have. Oh, goodness. Cross your arms over your chest for now. How far you go from side to side is really, oh goodness, really up to you. It's wherever your body kind of needs the pressure applied is where you need to hang out for a little bit longer. When you feel that, oh, that hurts, usually that means that you need to put some more pressure into that spot. So the nice thing about this long foam roller is that when I get far enough over, it also works on the glute a little bit. Good. All right, now we're gonna open up the pecs. So we're gonna drop the arms as much as we can. We're gonna start in a T position. And let's spend about 5 breaths here. Now, here comes the fun part. We're gonna drag our fingertips along the ground. We're gonna hit our T. We're gonna go into a Y. And then we're going to rotate, and now we're gonna go fingertips on the ground, making a snow angel, back down to our starting position, which is now our hands beside our bodies. Good. So we're gonna do that again. When you feel a sticky or tight position, I want you to stay there a little bit longer. So for me, I found one here. I'm gonna just lean into it as much as it doesn't feel good. Continue on. Good, let's do this 2 more times. And 1. For me, as soon as I get to that T position is when I really start to feel nice and tight. All right, let's bring the hands back together. And once again, let's just roll from side to side, going as far as we can. At least my lighting is good. I got a little shadowy going on here, but nice and bright in here. So many windows. It's so nice out today, or tonight, I guess. It was raining today, but tonight's better. All right, we're going to rotate now so that just our neck is on the foam roller. Again, neck and shoulders somewhere else that we keep a lot of tension. Arms are going to be out to the side, and we're just going to go back and forth from side to side on the foam roller. Nice and slow, finding those sticky points. When you find a spot that you think needs a little bit more pressure, just hold it there. Awesome. 5 more breaths here. 2 more breaths. And great job, guys. 1 more. Let's go back to center. And we're going to come up to a seated position. We're going to go into the low back or the high back now, working our way back down into the low back. We're almost done for today. So I'm going to start just underneath. Oh, so many funny noises. Just underneath the neck. I think it might be better if I ditched my mat here. And very gently rolling back and forth. You can allow yourself to come down a little bit farther each time. If your neck is kind of struggling, you can support your neck with the back of your hands like I'm doing now. I think it's been so long since I used my foam roller, I'm almost embarrassed to tell you. Great job, guys. Now just keep moving through until we get to mid-low back. We're just gonna stay here for a couple breaths. All right, guys. So as I've said a couple times before, stay here as long as you need to. If you need to pause me and spend some more time in any of these positions, please do. I hope this was an okay little mobility workout for you. I thank you guys so much for spending some time with me. Keep up with your mobility. It'll definitely help in the long run. Don't be like me and skip out all the time. I will see you guys next week. Bye for now.